here's this big, jacked up former UFC guy who's pissed off. He's going to get in the ring with a phenom, and he has nothing to lose. They can go at it back and forth, and they can do a tainted win because, and guys, correct me if I'm wrong, throughout WrestleMania, has there been ever a manager for The Undertaker besides the wimpy little, like, Harvey Wimpleman or whoever has interfered in Undertaker's match that can make a difference? Paul Heyman can make that difference. So I think Lesnar will have a tainted win, and that will set them up one more rematch, and that'll be a SummerSlam.
It had promise back when they did it, like, when was that Hell in a Cell? All them years back, but no. Just no.
Okay.
They give it to Brock, the YWC, IWC, their heads are going to fucking explode.
Yeah. And Will, you know what? Yeah, exactly. Do you think the WWE is going to give Brock the win just to piss off the internet, the IWC?
Yeah, I'm going to take everything to what Joe, Andy, and Lance put together, and I'm going to put it like chicken soup. Yes, if they give it to Brock, yes, they're going to piss off the IWC like nobody's business. Then the next night, when we get up in the morning, we're going to see it all over our wrestling pages. Oh, wow, Undertaker lost to Brock Lesnar. Was this fair for us to see? Da, 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 da. And then what Lance said, just basically, if this falls through, we're going to have more than 50,000. Thank you, Iron Sheik.
Pretty much, yeah.
Hold on. And just to wrap it up, basically, we're going to have more than Twitter feeds, wrestling sites, podcasts, all around our good nation that are going to come the next day and say, is it really worth watching Raw after seeing the streak end because of what Vince or anybody has to say? It's done in our heads for a while. It will piss off more than 100,000 people plus. If this look for Monday to be the worst day in wrestling fans' life.
But doesn't controversy stealing from Eric Bischoff creates cash? And I think Vince is looking probably to create as much cash flow for his network. So if you didn't see it in WrestleMania, you'll see the flashbacks at your network. So I think it makes a lot of sense.
Joe, there's one problem with that. There's a difference between creating controversy and pissing off your core audience to no damn end.
It really?
That puts money into the company. Sorry, Rick. That puts money into the company, and you're going to do a 360? What a way to stir that one up.
I can think a lot of people are going to deactivate some network accounts if that shit goes down.
I got to disagree with you guys because I hate to say it, but the haters, love it because the more the people get pissy and get more pissed and hate, the more they watch. Where are they going to go? Are they going to start watching indie wrestling? No. At the end of the day, they're just going to watch more and bitch more. That's what they do. That's all they do is yell and scream and bitch. But what are they going to do? They're still going to watch Raw the next night.
And to be honest, and we've had this discussion many times, you can talk about TNA, you can talk about how it's slightly getting better. WWE is still the number one company. Everybody knows WWE is there. No. So no matter what, you're going to tune in to see what happens, and you're going to wait to see Paul Heyman chime like a proud papa, and they're going to set up for Brock Lesnar to lose somewhere down the line. So it makes perfect sense.
It sucks, but I don't want to see it, but hey, it is what it is. I mean, I hate to say it, that's why I'm not getting the WWE Network right away, because you know what? Might as well watch it for free and not give them the money right away, Not to mention, might as well wait to get the glitches out of the way before I buy it, But let's move on. Let's talk about another thing that's going on in WrestleMania. We saw Hulk Hogan open up Raw, which, guys, now he's going to be hosting WrestleMania. Now, here's the thing I find the funny part. A couple years ago, Hulk Hogan signs with TNA, and the same people who are popping for Hulk Hogan were bitching at Hulk Hogan, saying, oh, gee, he should retire, he's this, he's that, blah, 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 we hate him, we hate him, we hate him, we hate him, we hate him. Then he comes down into Raw, they're cheering, they're bowing him, and they're saying Hulk Hogan forever, Hulkamania lives forever. This what boggles my mind. Andy, your thoughts?
Yeah, it's nice to see the guy back where he belongs, so to speak. But I'm sorry, the guy's just an idiot now. He should make a guest appearance and that's it. But guest announcer, I don't think so. He's got the charisma of a dead Duracell battery. What the hell is he going to do? Interview people in the back? How you doing, brother? They're going to have a brother. They're going to have a brother, Omita, whatever it's called. And there's going to be a little... Do you know when you get like on the Royal Rumble, contestant number 29, contestant number 30, and you get that little counter on the end. We're going to have brother counter at the corner of the screen. Brother.
I think he'll say brother more times than there'll actually be more people at WrestleMania.
Well, I've only got a 47-inch television. I'm not going to get that many fucking brothers on the bottom, am I? Brother.
Oh
my God, that's his 1,899,999th brother in the first 3/4 of an hour of the show.
Yeah.
Brother.
In all seriousness, I don't think he's going to be seen that many times. If you remember when The Rock hosted, I think it was WrestleMania 28, I think he showed up at the opening, and I think he came up at the main event. He opened up at the main event, if I'm not correct. Joe, does that sound about right?
Yes, he did. And he did a couple little spot stuff with Steve Austin, and he was, it wasn't big cameo. It wasn't long cameos.
Yeah.
But I can see, and I said it before, this was the best way to use Hulk Hogan. And since don't be surprised if you see Roddy Piper all of a sudden show up, and you see Paul Orndorff come back the following week, and Cowboy Bob Orton. Then you're going to have Jimmy Snuka and Mr. T, and they're going to have, that'll be your panel.
Actually, no, Roddy Piper is actually talking about, he wants to do a Piper's Pit. He does want Hulk Hogan in the Piper's Pit, so you know that he's going to have that segment. But guess who else he wants at Piper's Pit? He wants CM Punk at Piper's Pit. Now, we all know right now that CM Punk pretty much is gone. I think he's getting to be proven a little bit more and more legitimately, guys. Not to get off track here. Do you guys think that still allow CM Punk to show up at WrestleMania? Considering the situation, what do you guys think? Joe, how do you think they'll play that one?
I think it's still all just a storyline to give Punk enough time to rest. I think what they'll do is they'll do like, if you remember years ago when Eric Bischoff called out Vince in the ring in that one Starrcade, I believe it was, and he never showed up. Basically, I could see Punk showing up, but won't be from the entrance. I could see him coming through the crowd, voicing his opinion, and either leaving or going up the ramp, being cheered a hero, because he is too much of a commodity to let go. And I think this is all storyline based.
All right. That's interesting point. That's a very interesting, and I'd like to see that because, hey, I'm a huge CM Punk fan. All right, Lance, Hulk Hogan being back. What were your thoughts about that?
Well, some of the guys can vouch for me on this one. My reaction was, "Oh, brother."
Say it with feeling.
Oh,
yeah.
brother.
So, do you really think this was a good spot for him? Or do you, did you think there was rumors that he was actually going to try? They were trying to put him in a match. Do you think that he could have even tried to be in a match?
That some bitch needs to stay the hell out of the ring in a competitive match. No way in hell. His back ain't worth a damn.
All right. And Will, with Hulk Hogan coming in, what do you think about the fans just, jumping back and forth from 1 minute? Do you think they're not do you think it's a TNA thing, or do you think they're just blind leading the blind here?
Hypocrites. And that's going to be a side issue. But yeah, like you just said, they're just blinding the blind wherever Hogan goes, regardless if you're a fan, a writer, or you just know wrestling from the 80s. This is exactly the route it's going to go. And, I'm going to have to take what Andy said 15 minutes ago into perspective. He said that Vince sent Hogan down to see what Dixie Carter was about. And now that he's back where he should be, let's face it, guys. If anybody heard that pop when he came out, we can't argue the fact that he needs to be back where he needs to be, not at that Titanic ship sinking over there in TNA. But, regardless, there are hypocrites, and then there's fans. You guys take a side. As far as I'm concerned, if Hogan's going to do this whole hosting WrestleMania 30, look for a lot of surprises.
I did notice something. How they have little kids in the front row, half of them were like, who in the hell's this guy?
Well, keep in mind, they probably weren't even born. Hell, I
was like, who the fuck is this guy?
I was probably their age when Hulk Hogan first started running wild,
Yeah.
How old is Hulk Hogan now? What's he in his 50s? Maybe even 60s?
Dirt.
98, ain't he?
I think about a year older than Dirt.
Yeah. Something like that, But
his first match that made him a big name in the wrestling industry was a big dinosaur, wasn't it? Oh, sorry, that was Andre the Giant.
Damn.
Wow.
HWR fans, we have James from the Big Easy finally joining us late.
I'm sorry if something took too damn long to finish.
I told you, give the homeless people cheeseburgers, man.
Shut up.
You didn't announce him right. He's the king of divas.
I had to wait for somebody to hit Jerry the King Lawless music,
Well, we'll be sure to add that in soon. But right now, James, what are your thoughts about Hulk Hogan hosting WrestleMania?
It's kind of expected because he was part of the first WrestleMania. So, it's 30 years. You need to have somebody big name from the old days. So why not Hogan,
So you do think you should be hosting like WrestleMania 60?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's just a one-time thing, not a multi-time thing.
Oh, okay. All right. So, but let's move along, guys. Apparently, Mystico, who was the original, who was Sin Cara, formerly known as Sin Cara, spoke out. Apparently, he's still calling himself Sin Cara overseas, and the WWE obviously is not happy. He says that he still has a right to that name because he had that look. I guess WWE can no longer use the character because they own the rights to the image. Of course, WWE normally locks up the rights to names and likenesses of all wrestlers. That's why the Dudley Boys, as an example, used the name, had to change the name to 3D. Mr. Kennedy obviously had to change the name to Mr. Annan and so on and so forth, guys. But Mystico is saying, fuck you, I'm still going to call myself Sin Cara. Andy, what do you think about this?
I know Vince likes to brand people's names and stuff, but I think he should let, when people go for whatever reason, unless they've disrespected his company, I should think that he would or should let them go and take the name with them so they can make at least a living out of what they've done for the last God knows how many years. It's just bad that he can't just let people move on with the name that they originally probably started the company with.
Joe, as a promoter, Why do you think Vince tries to lock up these names? What do you think is so intimidating about a wrestler